It's time for Black Houses Matter with Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Acquaintance before God. Hey guys, Pappas is back. Okay, I just chill on it. Old Lang Syne. We're coming up on the new year. And let me just tell you some really good news before we get started here with Black Houses Matter. I'm Maria Pappas. I am the Cook County Treasurer, but guess what? Exactly 2 weeks ago today, I was in the operating room, and I'm out, and I'm here, and I'm walking. This is unbelievable. I had like a total knee replacement. So you got to hear what happened.
Yes.
I found a doctor who does total knee replacements, who does a knee replacement for somebody who's allergic to nickel and chromium, which is what most knee replacements are made out of. And people go and they get knee replacements with nickel and chromium, and then they have to go have them taken out because they're allergic to nickel. You know how like you go into Walmart and Kmart and Macy's and every place and they say on the jewelry, nickel free?
Yes.
It's the same thing with a knee replacement.
Wow.
Most knee replacements are made with nickel.
I had no idea about that.
So I found the greatest doctor in the world who did a Smith and Nephew. That's a Smith and Nephew knee replacement that has
Not a Smith and Wesson.
No.
Okay.
No.
So how long is recovery?
I'm up and walking. It's 2 weeks and I'm up and walking, right? I don't need a cane and I don't need a walker. Actually, I'm coming in the office today. But I was in the operating room. Get this. 3 weeks before the surgery, they took a picture of my knee. They sent it to Memphis, Tennessee, and they sent the part back made from oxinium, which has no nickel and no chromium in it. And they put that part inside my knee. They opened me up. They didn't cut any tendons. They didn't cut any muscle. And they used 26 fewer instruments than they usually use in a knee replacement. So I am up and running. I'm serious.
How did you find out about this?
I researched this guy. I called Smith and Nephew, the guy that reps the knee for all of Illinois, and I said, who's the best doctor to do a Smith and Nephew knee? And he sent me to this Ravi Bashal at North Shore Hospital. Dr. Ravi. And I'm like, hey, Dr. Ravi, can you do my knee? He said, yeah. And he did. And I'm here. Cool. I called him yesterday and I said, you know what? These stitches are itching. He said, FaceTime me and show me your knee. Seriously, on a Sunday afternoon, I showed him my knee. He was at Starbucks. He said, is the nurse there? I said, yeah, the home nurse is there. She said, take the stitches out.
Really?
Yeah, I was hopping around by 3 o'clock.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I remember this text she sent as soon as she got out of surgery. Yep, I'll be there in like 15 minutes. You're like, what?
Wow.
So if you need a knee replacement, go see Ravi Bashal. I'm telling you, I was only in surgery for 33 minutes.
What?
Wow.
33 minutes in and out. It's a whole new procedure. So Smith and Nephew, Ravi Bashal.
Shout out to who? Robbie?
Yeah, Ravi
Robbie.
Bashal.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
hey, Ravi,
Robbie.
it's Pappas here. Thanks for fixing my knee. Get this, Black Houses Matter. Oh, we're going to hit it. We are going to hit it by 2022. We are at $97,791,162. African American community. We are what is commonly known as killing it.
We're killing it. Yes, I love it.
Yeah. So on good news here, good news here is that new study, cats are less stressed. And they've measured the cortisol. Cortisol is what stresses you out, you know? Yeah, cortisol. Okay, cortisol. Cats are less stressed and have less cortisol in families with children who have autism.
Wow, I wonder why.
I know, right? I know that kids can be very playful
Maybe
to
they
animals
keep them busy.
and
Yeah.
keep them really busy, right?
Well, cats don't care. Cats don't care about anything. They just do whatever they want. So I wonder what's the connection there.
You think so?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do you mean they
You're
don't
down
care?
on cats.
I'm a dog guy. I'm a dog guy. Period, man. I've
Dog
had bad-
people hate cat people.
I've had
see.
bad experience with cats. I've really had to go to the hospital because a cat scratched me and they got infected and all types of stuff. Couldn't feel my hand. So I am definitely down on cats. Definitely down on cats. So yeah, I'm a little biased.
Give
I'll
it up
admit
for Maurice,
I'll
who's
admit it.
handling bankruptcies now in the legal department.
said
We're
it.
going to make a lawyer out of him. We're going to send him back to law school soon, right,
love
Maurice?
Yes, ma'am.
How you just gonna downplay the cats? I love me some cats.
Michael, are you a
I don't
dog
know.
or a cat
I'm a
man?
dog person.
No,
I
he a
don't-
dog person.
I don't like cats either.
Are you a Rottweiler guy?
I am a Rottweiler.
I
guy.
knew it.
Oh,
I
my
knew it.
goodness.
Yes, I have
Can
a
you see
Rottweiler
Michael
named
Lee
Nico.
with a poodle?
Not
No.
period.
You got a Rottweiler?
Yes, his name's Nico.
Oh,
You called him a
Nico.
Greek name?
Yes, his name's
Seriously?
Nico.
You got a
love
Greek
Nico.
dog? Michael,
Yes,
good
Nico
for
is-
you.
He's,
Yeah.
he's a German Rottweiler. He's 1 year old.
Yeah,
I
big
love it.
Nico.
Okay, we got all these animals.
What about you?
I love them all. It can be a turtle. I don't care. Cats, dogs, hamsters, guinea pigs. I love them all.
Sonia's available. Can you tell? All right, give it up here. Cities are switching from rock salt, to sugar beet powder to get rid of snow. And I thought that was so interesting because the sugar beet powder is eco-friendly and the salt water gets into the water and makes things really ugly. So I thought that was really innovative. So then I started reading, and they're using all kinds of food to melt snow.
That's good because that salt rusts your car too.
It does.
It eats
yeah.
your car up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Eats away at the street.
And it
as well,
messes
makes
up the
potholes.
paws of you walls, cats and dogs.
It does. It does.
Do you have boots for your dog, Michael?
I don't. He's a German. He likes snow, so it's like he likes the outside. You can't keep him in the house.
But see, when they pour that salt on the ground to melt
Yeah.
the snow, how does he feel?
Well, I
He-
got a
he
yard,
ask
so
him.
I don't really
Michael's come up in the world.
got a
Michael,
backyard
tell
these
them Michael's
days.
out of the project. He's got a huge house. He's got a huge backyard. Give it up for Michael.
Michael!
You
Yeah,
gotta
Mike-
give it up to the president. He made all things possible.
All things possible. Love it.
House and a car. Maurice is going to get a law degree, and Sonia is yet to be announced. But we will. Get this. This lady is 36 years old, and she has not cut her hair since she was 5 years old. So she decided to cut her hair. All right, now you each get to guess. How long is this lady who didn't cut it for 31 years? And then we're going to get to Black Houses Matter, but this is so interesting.
She must. This is our guest calling.
I'll say
oh, my
6 feet.
goodness, Wait a minute.
How'd you know?
I just figured all this time about 6 feet.
Exactly, 6 feet 5 inches.
I need
Michael,
to-
how'd you see
I
why
need to-
Michael works at the
I
counter?
need to play the lottery.
Intuition.
Michael has intuition. Michael knows exactly. Yeah.
6 feet. I would not want 6 feet of hair. What about you, Treasure?
You know what? I like being gray, and I like being short, and I like being everything I was at a time when I was in my life. When I was 20, when I was 22, I had 6 feet of hair. We won't talk about what I used to do, but when I was there, I was there. Oh, what did I have fun?
Rapunzel,
Wow.
Rapunzel.
Let down
Okay.
my hair. Old Lang Syne, guys. Old Lang Syne. So we're looking forward to 2022. We're looking forward to 2022 because we are killing it. We are at 2 million views on the Cook County Treasurer's website a month. That's
Right.
cookcountytreasurer.com. Sonia, did the caller call in on your line?
On my line, yeah, I'm telling him to call. Paul is about to call him.
Okay, so get to cookcountytreasure.com because you know what? Now everybody's got COVID. Half the office is out, half the building's out, or most of the building's completely out. But we're still open. But you can get your answers on cookcountytreasure.com. Now, I'm going to make a real announcement today, and we're going to put this out in a press release at some point. But you know what? I decided that one of the reasons that people want to come downtown is because they want to see a real live person. So you know what I'm going to set up?
Yes, you're right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm going to set up?
What?
What's that?
I'm going to set up Zooms. Anybody who wants to Zoom the Cook County Treasurer's Office can.
That'll be great.
Yeah, and you can.
That is awesome.
great.
Yeah, they can just Zoom and see
Get
Michael
you a
Lee.
live person.
Get a live
Live
person.
and in person.
They
Oh,
can
wow.
Zoom and they
Like
can
tech
see
support.
Tiñacos. They can
Like tech
Zoom and
support.
they can see
Exactly.
whoever they want. Isn't that
That's
That is
amazing?
so awesome.
Isn't that going to be cool?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be dope.
We're going to set up, so here on WVON, we are making news. Black Houses Matter. You're going to be able, within the next couple of weeks and going into 2022, because nobody wants to come downtown to the Cook County Treasurer's Office, but you come down anyway because you want a real live person. You are now going to be able to Zoom my office from your phone or your iPad.
This is going to be interesting.
This is
It
going to be interesting
is.
because now people got a real live person. And then when somebody in my office does something wrong, that taxpayer can call and say, you know what? I saw Sonia's face and she said this and it was wrong. I
Never
got
mind.
you.
I don't
Got
think
you.
that's
Got
good
you.
idea.
Got you.
I don't think it's a good idea anymore.
All right. So we are looking at a scavenger sale. Michael, tell everybody what a scavenger sale is.
Well, a scavenger sale treasure consists of taxes that are 3 or more years delinquent, and it can be any dollar amount
going back 20 years.
going back 20 years.
So when we have a scavenger sale, like how many parcels are on it? Like 34,000 or something?
Yeah, it's
Around
not as-
34,000. Yeah. And then we
Under
hardly
50.
sell any, right?
Yeah.
But how does that scavenger sale, where are these parcels coming from? So we have that tax sale, then why do we have this scavenger sale?
Everything that's left from the tax sale goes on to the scavenger sale. It's all
Wow.
the stuff that nobody wants. But we are going to do something really different this year.
What's that?
In the next couple of weeks, we're going to put every parcel on the internet so that the whole world can see it. The whole world can see it. No secrecy, nothing. The whole world can see it. If you want it, you got to look ahead of time, go check out the parcel, and you're welcome to come in and bid on it. So
That's pretty cool.
everything's going up there online.
That's
That's
pretty
great.
cool.
Yeah,
so
that's going to be really
Because
good.
we're always answering those questions at the counter about this tax sale.
What do
I mean,
they
it's
say, Michael?
constant.
Wait, like what?
Well, a lot of people come in and they want to know how to get involved, which are the scavengers, and then you have the people who are worried. So you have taxpayers that are telling us, like, I'm trying to keep up with my current taxes. I still owe for my back taxes. What are my chances? When you guys are going to put me out of my house? I don't think they really understand what a tax sale is. So that's majority.
Most of them coming in there, it's fear.
They're scared.
Thinking
Yeah,
they're losing their
They're
house.
thinking they're losing their house the minute their taxes are
You
sold.
we need to talk to Mary Ellen and get something written on that so that we can give it to people
So they'll
and post it on the
understand.
internet so they
Yeah.
understand the steps involved. And even after the houses get sold for taxes, there is a redemption period.
Correct.
There's 2 years to redeem, 2 years. We've got with us today Maurice Torrens, up the
Absolutely.
street,
Just up
Michael
the
Lee, my first floor manager, and Sonia Tompkins. Yeah.
Soon to be announced.
All right, so wait, I want to ask a question before we take Nate Williams, our caller. What are you planning for New Year's Eve?
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely
I
nothing.
have no plan. Well, you know what? I wish that Dick Clark was still around so that I could travel to New York
And watch the ball
celebrate
drop.
and watch the ball drop.
Well,
Because we have no balls here in Chicago. Oh, that don't sound good. So
That's true. That was true.
there was once this thing called Chicago Rise,
Mm-hmm.
and they dropped the ball maybe twice in Chicago. I don't know what happened to that.
Well,
but
with
those
this
the kind of
with this
celebrations
virus
that way.
now, you really want to just try to stay at home and be safe. You
Not
don't
me.
want to go to a place where there's
I wanna-
thousands of
I-
people
I
at one
do.
time.
Well,
I
Sonia
wanna
takes all kinds
cover.
of risks, but I got to tell you, I sort of didn't want to go too far with this leg the way it is. So last night we went over and visited one of the neighbors in the building, and it's amazing. They told me they haven't gone out in months. They're afraid to go out because of the violence. They're afraid to go outside.
Yeah.
When they walk their dog, like really close to the building. People are afraid. They're not just afraid of this virus. They're afraid of getting their heads blown off
Yeah, we got a double
by
bubble
some
here.
nutcase
So is
out
this
there.
kind
huh?
of like reminds you of Escape from New York or Alcatraz? Is
It does.
Alcatraz?
You feel like captive in your own house.
Yeah. Have you
just
seen
not-
that movie, Treasure?
We're
Escape
living in
from
a different
Alcatraz
world
is
right
old
now.
as
Like
ever,
people
but-
have no regards for human life.
Oh,
period.
that's the
It's
worst.
just-
Yes.
They,
When
they
they
don't
have-
think. They just do. They just react.
Yep. When you have no
So-
regards for life. That's huge. That's
Michael,
big.
where's this taking us?
It's taken us until it looks like it's going to be a mass incarceration is what it's looking like to me, because how can you have a business in this city without worrying about someone vandalizing or a mob of people coming in taking your goods? And that scares your customers away. I don't want to go in the store if I got to be looking over my shoulder shopping. Look what happened in Oakbrook last week.
Oh, my
At the
goodness.
mall, way out in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is not exclusive to this city.
Oh no, it's everywhere.
No, I think these kids are beyond the city.
Mhm.
They are adventurous and risk takers, and so they're going wherever
Well,
they can go.
there's nothing to rob in the inner city, so they're
You're
gonna
right,
go where
everything
people are
closed
more
down.
fortunate. People who are more fortunate are more lax. They're not. They're more relaxed. So
You know what I think? I think that 0.1% of the people are causing 99.5% of the problem.
and
I
they're
think
the
that
same group, probably.
the same group, but 99.5% of the people are on the same page about crime. Nobody wants to be shot. Nobody wants to be violent.
Exactly.
Nothing. But it's this 0.5%. You know what? When they closed all these mental hospitals everywhere,
That
and they
was the
closed
start
them
of
all years
everything.
ago. They started closing all the
Yes.
mental hospitals in the state. It seems to
Yep.
me that a lot of those people are running around on the street.
They
Treasure,
are,
they're in
for
our
nothing.
lobby.
Huh?
They're in our
They
lobby
sure
in the
are.
office all
They
the time.
sure are. I see
So-
'em.
Tell me about it,
We
Michael.
have issues where we have people that come into this office, Treasurer, and we don't really know how to deal with them because they're so far fetched mentally. Like we've have to call the sheriff a couple of times, like last month, just to escort them out. They come in yelling. They come in and take all the paperwork off the counter. They're mumbling stuff that we don't understand. So I just think they're off their medication.
They are off their medication, and
They
this
can't
is
get it.
this is a lot of this is a mental illness issue, which is a state issue, which is a problem because years ago, remember Walter Reed and all these hospitals got shut down, and when you shut them down, you open the gates, and when you open the gates, you have people. You know what psychosis is? Psychosis is when you are on a psychiatric board and you're talking to yourself and you're the happiest person in the world because you have no responsibility to anyone else. So now you got all these people out there who should be locked up and aren't. And anything goes.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
Yeah.
That's
There's
why
no
I say
rules.
Escape from Alcatraz. Exactly. It looks like a crazy world out here.
Yeah,
We
well,
see 'em. We see 'em daily.
I'm for opening back up, spending huge amounts of money and opening back up the mental hospitals.
I
and
agree.
People, getting
Yes.
people the help they need. You know, you look
Absolutely.
at all the homeless and the tents and everything. I mean, what do you
Yes,
think that
it's-
is? Those people used to get help in hospitals,
I know,
and they're
I know.
closed.
Yep.
So, we have Nate Williams on the line. Nate, are you on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh.
Hey, Nate, it's Sonia.
It's your girlfriend,
Hi,
Sonia.
Sonia.
Yeah. Now, Nate, tell us how you found out about us and how
Well,
you.
I listen to WVON just about every day, and I am a disabled American Vietnam vet, and
What's your disability?
it's a range of things. I wouldn't even want to say.
Okay, don't
I'm
say. That's okay.
Unemployable.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I
Were you
know.
served in Vietnam?
Yes, I did.
Do people really understand what happened in Vietnam?
No, they don't. And they
What
never
is it?
will.
You, as a veteran, what do you want them to understand about what happened there, Nate? I think this is important to hear this from you.
That a lot of young people went to Vietnam and grew up. I just want them to know that.
They had to grow up fast because of what was in front of them, what they got exposed to.
Yep.
And how did it change you?
It made me a man. I grew up there. I was 17 when I went there. I was 18 when I came back, and I had to start a family and just get into this life.
Wow. How many kids you have?
I have two wonderful daughters that are both PhDs.
Wow.
Awesome.
In what?
One in special ed and one in speech.
Great.
How sweet. Is your wife living?
My wife is living and loving me to death.
Aw.
Oh, Nate, how sweet. I wish it was
love it.
Valentine's Day. Yeah. What'd you buy her for Christmas? Yeah.
I gave her what she needed, all the love in the world.
Okay. There it is.
Warm and fuzzy.
Can't top that
Did
gift.
the kids come over?
One daughter did, and one daughter is moving from Missouri to Madison, Wisconsin. So she couldn't make it over, but she sure called.
You got any grandkids?
Not yet. I got educated women.
They're not married yet?
Not yet.
A little bit harder when you got some education, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's what I say every day.
So, Nate, tell WVON listeners what happened. You decided to call WVON, and what happened?
I decided to call in WVON and let them know I was a veteran, a disabled veteran, and the person that I talked to was kind enough to tell me to send in my disability papers, and they'll see how my taxes are. And they saw.
So listen up, Illinois veterans. Illinois resident who has served as a member of the United States Armed Forces on active duty or state active duty and as a member of the Illinois National Guard or U.S. Reserve and has been honorably discharged. This is what you're entitled to. You must have at least a 30% service-connected disability certified by the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs.
Well, I'm 100.
Well, then you're in really good shape. Because that a 70% and greater, which puts you at 100, gives you an exempt amount of $250,000 reduction off of your assessed evaluation, which is complicated. So without all that mumbo jumbo, let me tell you what you get. For 2020, as a disabled vet, have you gotten your money back yet?
Yes, I have. Thank you very much.
Well, let me tell WVON listeners what this disabled vet who grew up and from 17 to 18 became a man, came home, had his wife, had two wonderful daughters, both of them PhDs. Wow. You did good, Nate.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did really good. How was it living in a house with three women?
Oh,
Tell the truth.
Don't you dare say
I can't
oh.
tell the truth.
Plead the fifth, man. Plead the fifth.
What?
It was exciting for you. Just go ahead and say that.
Very much.
So in 2020, his disabled vet exemption was worth $595.56. In 2019, the disabled vet exemption was worth $206.70. In 2018, the disabled vet exemption was worth $33.93, totaling $836.19 just for picking up the phone and calling 773-591-1690. You can call 773-591-1690 to find out whether or not you've got money coming back. Nate,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you want to tell WVON listeners?
I want to tell WVON listeners and all of my veteran brothers out there to check on your taxes, because you never know, you may be owed something.
Yeah, if you aren't able to call VON at 773-591-1690, then what you can do is go to cookcountytreasure.com and you just simply put in search address, put in your address. You don't need your 14-digit PIN number. You don't need your 14-digit PIN number. You can just put in your address, and up is going to pop a picture of your house or your property, and you're going to scroll down, and it will tell you which exemptions you got and which exemptions you didn't get. You can get a
It sure
homeowner.
did.
Yeah. Are you ending this show?
Yes,
He's a-
treasure. It is.
I
indeed.
never brought to mind.
Thank you, Nate.
Hey guys, Happy New Year! Should old acquaintance
Ain't it,
be
treasure?
forgot and old lang syne. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Yes, see, you all.
So I just want to tell you that this show is going to run without me starting in March, because we ain't stopping nothing in my office. But because I'm running for office, They ain't going to let me be on here. But you know what? I got people who can do it. And they can do it without me. We're going to keep on giving money back through this election. And as soon as it's over, I'm going to come back on. But in the meantime, every week at 11:30, we are here on Black Houses Matter. I love you guys. And let me tell you something. You see these earrings? These earrings are shoe clips, and I got them for $1.50 at Nordstrom Rack. So give it up for Black Houses Matter. Sonia's jealous because I found something for $1.50. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Ooh-ah.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation is 1690 WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
Home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Is infection inevitable? Medical experts say the highly contagious Omicron variant could lead to millions of infections in the United States in just the next 2 months. The Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington School of Medicine included updated information